So Wes Watson says the N-word again. Is he going to get away with it? Is the Sharmuta cartel going to let him get away with it? Well, I'm going to let you know right now. Big Boy has made an announcement, and I don't think Wes is going anywhere. Let's get to it. Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-yop, bye-yop. And in Menudo style in direct fashion, we're going to get straight to the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I appreciate all your support. So Big Calvin, right? Manchichis has decided that he's going to stick with his boy through thick and thin or through thin and thick. You know, which one is thin, which one is thick? I don't know. One's shaped like the Mucinex booger. The other one's just shaped like a booger. So at the end of the day, we really don't know who's the top or who's the bottom, but they both claim to be on the top, right? So the other day, Wes Watson was exposed for utilizing a racial slur again. Nothing new, right? He's the only person I've ever seen on the internet that can get away with it. Not even Hulk Hogan, brother. Hogan's like, what you gonna do, Wes? How you get away with it, brother? Put me up on game because I don't like that motherfucker Booker T, brother, right? So I don't understand how Wes is able to get away with utilizing a racial slur when Hulk Hogan can't. And that motherfucker was the heavyweight champion, right? But he does continuously and doesn't even apologize for it. No apologies from Wes Watson. You know, if you watched the video of the gym incident, then you've seen or heard Wes Watson use profanity and a racial slur when talking about the victim, you know, the alleged victim in that case. Now, at the end of the day, I guess because of Wes's extensive use of testosterone, or just because of the persona that he's put on, people allow it. They allow him to use racial slurs. And let's be honest with you here. I'm going to be totally honest with you. You know, for a man that has said that he was a shot caller for a white supremacist organization or group, and for a guy who claims to have been, you know, unmerciful when it comes to, you know, other people, other races, other ethnicities, you know, we shouldn't be surprised. And I'm not surprised that he would use these derogatory slurs, but I'm more surprised with the fact that people allow him to get away with it. Now, what does this mean? This means he's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do because he keeps getting a pass. And he's talked about Mexicans in the past, just like he's talked about blacks. He might not have said, called them the W word, but he has talked about Mexicans. He says they're sloppy. He says they fucking can't get right. He says their food's too good and all they want to do is eat, right? In comes 10%er Manchichis, Jake Calvin Johns, right? And Jakey boy over here, the Sharmuta, the dungeon master of the Sharmuta cartel, who claims to be of Mexican descent. Whether he is or isn't, I support the Mexican part of you. The other part of you I support as well, bro. What I don't support is that. He's pretty racial himself. Let's be real here. You know, you done seen Cali Muscle get put through the ringer a few times and just allow it to happen. I don't know, but I think Big Boy is going to be the catalyst in helping me achieve the next level. See, he's going to catapult me, you know, up into the next hemisphere. I know it smells like ass in that gym, but at the same time, it don't smell too different from my man cave. And you ask yourself, what man cave are we talking about? We talking about that man cave, only reverse from the back, right? So Chuck Basher has accepted the fact that Big Boy and the Sharmuta cartel play him out of pocket or play in his pocket. You know, he allows them to disrespect them and disrespect their ancestry, or, you know, the blacks' ancestry. You know, people that have struggled and strived and fought for equality and social status. You know, people like Rosa Parks and people like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., who I have a lot of respect for, the civil rights movement. You know, I have family members that marched with Cesar Chavez during the civil rights movement. and marched with Martin Luther King back in the days for the benefit of all, for equal justice and equality for everybody. And then you have guys that make fun of those situations like Big Boy. Now, say what you want to say. Oh, God, why are you doing Big Boy? Why is he doing himself like that? In fact, why is he doing Cali Muscle, a brother, the only brother in the Sharmuta cartel? Why is he doing him like that? Talking about get to the back of the bus, Rosa. Talking about, oh, man, I know these watermelons come from the plantation. Come on now, stop it. So I seen a clip where Big Boy was asked in a message, what about Wes Watson being racial? What about Wes Watson disrespecting blacks and saying the N-word with the hard ER, right? To which he said it was not like that. People are taking something and blowing it up bigger than it is. People use the N-word all the time. Why can't Wes Watson use it? Well, first of all, Wes Watson has claimed in the past to be a shot caller of a white supremacist group. Second of all, right, he didn't say it like, oh, brother, what's happening, right? He said it, get the fuck out of here, you stupid. That's the way he did it, right? In mid-kick. So my thing to Big Boy is this. If you're going to allow people around you to use derogatory and racial terms towards blacks, why would any brother want to fuck with you or fuck with what you got going on? Why would any clientele that are black that have fucked with you in the past and bought your
supplements,
why would they want to continue to support someone who supports someone who's definitely racial bias and all that? Wes Watson's a lot of things. I've never been the one to say he's not an intelligent individual. I believe he's intelligent to a certain point, but his intelligence definitely is overweight and overshadowed by the stupidness and the flow state of his mind. Because when you think you got, okay, maybe he's an intelligent individual. He obviously got money. He was able to work people out of money. He did that. He's a hustler, right? Then he goes and does something stupid, like puts himself in a situation where he's involved in an assault that he tapes and puts on social media. Then not only does he do that, he uses racial slurs while doing it. I just don't get it. So Jake Johns comes along, his catapulta partner, his BFF, his bestie friendy. And, I'm sure Big Joe, free Big Joe, free the Redskin logo. I'm sure he don't want to be involved in this. You already know what Big Joe said. As soon as he heard that video, I'm sure they played it like, damn, Wes, look at what Wes did. Wes said the N-word, right? I already know what, Big Boy was like, damn, dog, you making us look bad, doggy. Damn, dog with his lips. Damn, dog, right? You want to know what Big Joe said? He said, bomb, right? Bomb. Get it, Biggs. Bomb, right? That's what he did. These guys, they don't care about your feelings, my feelings, anybody's feelings, and they definitely don't care about no black dude's feelings. Wes Watson said what he said, and these vatos going to ride with him. Now, there's going to be those of you out there that'll be like, this is loyalty. He's showing true loyalty. He's sticking with this camarada, his homeboy, no matter what, through right and wrong at this point, right? And he doesn't care. Well, I do, because to me, I don't feel you're a good representative of the Mexican people or a good representative of what, Mexicans stand for or brown people stand for whatsoever, Jake Johns. I believe you're in it for yourself and you don't care about no one else but you and the money you could utilize or get from being associated or a part of Wes Watson's back fucking pocket, aka his asshole, aka his crevice, aka fucking stinks around here like a white man shitting. I already know, man, that you're used to that because you smell it every time you sit on the pot, Jake Johns. Now, what would happen if Wes used a derogatory term towards Mexicans in Jake Johns' presence? Is Big Boy going to let that one pass too, or is it just because it's a black man, you're not tripping? How does Cali Muscle feel about that? Well, to the extreme, I catapulted up out of watching that video because I don't want to see nothing whatsoever that might misconstrue my monies. Because you see, my monies mean more to me than everything. It goes like this. Pre-workout, monies, asshole, then fam bam. Right? So that guy right there is a confused individual that's going to do anything anyways for the betterment of himself. He's another greedy, unintelligent individual, just like, Big Boy and just like Wes Watson. Now, Wes Watson's in a lot of trouble. And if you notice, the Sharmuta cartel has not addressed them troubles. Oh, there's going to be trouble. They don't want no part of them troubles. They don't want to get incarcerated. They don't want to sit down for a minute or two. They don't want no part of that. And I understand, but there's an old saying, birds of a feather flock together. When I heard Wes Watson say the N-word for the 5th time, I was pretty flabbergasted because I was like, oh, no, he didn't, right? He went there. And I immediately thought about Jake Johns. Why do I think about one when the other's talking? I don't know. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. Which one is the boyfriend? I don't know. So when I thought about Jake Johns, I said, is this acceptable to the Strength Cartel? Is this acceptable to the Sharmutas? Do they accept someone using derogatory and racial slurs against people of ethnic groups, ethnicity, right? The ethnicity of this is this. I think because Wes Watson has money and because he is who he is, they're gonna let him say whatever he wants. I mean, obviously, Big Boy said it was misconstrued, taken out of context, and that's not what he meant. So when Wes Watson is fucking hitting a black dude and screaming, "Get the fuck out of here!" N-word with the hard ER, that's just we're taking it wrong. That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant at all, right? No, this is just justification from someone who doesn't care about right or wrong or doesn't care to defend, people who are in the right. Now, look at what does that tell you? That tells you, man, that Big Boy, we're very skeptical about you, bro. What if he says something about the Mexicans, homie? What you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do, brother?
Hey, what you gonna do, man?
I'm gonna tell you what he's gonna do. Nada. Inchenada. Not enchilada. He's gonna eat enchiladas. Look at him. He looks like the Mucinex booger. Enchinada. He's not gonna do nothing, man. He doesn't care about his cultura. He doesn't care about his gente or his people. He just cares about utilizing the look and the pinta. And he cares about proving to people that he's this hardcore gangster. And at the end of the day, he'll let this man of another ethnicity just disrespect around him. Birds of a feather flock together. Are we confused? Are we befuddled? Are we confuzzled? DeCane's going to get confuzzled in the Texas prison system. Ooh, they're going to be all up in your crevices. We're going to talk about that later. But this dude, Big Boy, has said racial things himself. He's done things that to me, if I was in the black community, I'd be pretty offended by the way he treats Cali Muscle. But then again, you can't be upset when a grown man with leprosy allows himself to get treated like that. With Cali Muscle, it's like this, man. I see him as a person that is at the end of his barrel, a person that nobody wants around, but for name recognition only, and his name it's not even as recognized as it used to be. At one point in time, Cali Muscle was funny. I supported his shenanigans. He was funny, walking around eating crazy shit and do rags and all. Like, I fucked with it. But as soon as he started associating at a very high level with Strength Cartel, I knew right then and there, man, this guy was going to be the Catapultapana. He was going to be the one at the bottom of the barrel, at the end of the stick, getting it shoved in him. And you can already see it, just the things Big Boy has said. So, no, I'm not surprised that Big Boy would defend Wes Watson. What did he say? It's just a word. It's just a word. But when someone says some words about you, oh, we got a problem, right? There's an issue. You want to fight. Keep that same energy, doggy. Keep that same energy, doggy. All of a sudden, you want to fight, Holmes. Be real. When people are using racial slurs around me, man, I tell them, get the fuck away from me, homie. I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm not trying to deal with all that. But let's be honest. No, not lesbian. I know you guys are on your trip, but I'm talking about, let's be honest, Big Boy. Everyone at one point in time has said something they shouldn't have. Even myself. Totally honest with you. You get angry out of anger. Fuck you then, right? You get angry. Can't fault you for that. Blacks have done it. Whites have done it. Mexicans have done it. We've all done it, right? There's even people that would talk that high-power shit on here about they're not racist at all, and then behind closed doors, there's Oakland is toe up, right? You know what I mean? There's just all kinds of shit people say. Here's my thing. If you continue to associate with Wes Watson, Big Boy, you will find yourself in a situation similar to his. There's brothers out there that don't like him now because they heard it plain as day, the N-word with the hard ER. You know, there's people in different communities that don't fuck with Wes Watson because of his arrogant racial ways. When you associate with that, when you condone that, when you say it's just the word doggy, it's just the word doggy, then you're complicit to it. You're basically saying it's cool to say that. I bet you won't say it. I bet you won't do it. That's like Baby Bash and SPM. When they interviewed him in SPM, they were talking about him being with the 13-year-old and all that. And then when they asked Baby Bash, he said, "Oh, they say, well, SPM couldn't tell. He couldn't tell she was 13. She was at the club. He couldn't tell. What about you? Oh, I could tell. Oh, I could tell. Baby Bash could tell, right? You could tell, big boy. But you're not. You're not going to because you're already committed. You know, don't you got wild tatted on your butt cheeks? You're already committed to Wes Watson. So now commit all the way. So now understand this. You know, any of these things that he gets caught up in and things that he says, they're going to reflect bad on you. And they're going to reflect bad on Big Joe. And they're going to reflect bad on the Strength Cartel and the brand that you've built behind your hustle. And because you wanted to associate and hook yourself up with a fucking dude that you know is a clown, you know, now what? Here's my thing about Wes Watson. There's no denying it anymore how he feels about everyone else. He's superior. We're inferior. Just get with that fucking program and learn to live with it. Learn to deal with it. There's not a person walking this earth, not you, big boy, not Cali Muscle, nobody, not even the Redskins emblem, right? Or logo, that is on Wes Watson's level. And now it's gotten to the point where I guess he is. I guess he is on the next level because he could use the N-word in a derogatory fashion and just get away with it. It's crazy. Racial hatred. Something I've never agreed with. Okay. But anyways, you know, like I said, man, the Strength Cartel, and I'm not going to put them all in the same boat because I know there's some good dudes over there. There's got to be. There's got to be at least one, right? Shout out Big Joe. Free Big Joe. But Big Boy being the Sharmuta leader, he has decided to condone and back up Wes Watson and whatever Wes Watson says. So a challenge right now to Wes Watson. Let's see what other derogatory terms and things he's going to say about Mexicans now. And let's see if Big Boy condones it. Or if Big Boy says, oh, man, Wes is just being Wes. Yeah, Wes is just being Wes. But you're not being the big boy everyone once supported and knew. Now what you're being, bro, is a big broad. You know, a big Calvin. Someone who really, truly is showing your true colors. Your true colors are bleeding through. You're suspect, bro. You're not acknowledged or respected in the Mexican community or the raza period. Why? I'm going to explain to you why. Because you allow people like that around you, man, to say derogatory things towards people of color. Whether it's black or brown, it's all the same to me. I support the black movement just as much as I support the brown movement. Got love for my gente first and foremost. But if I see a brother out there getting jumped, I'm going to back his play. If I see a Wood getting jumped, brother, we're going to drink coffee together. I'm going to back your play too. I got you. Right? That's just how it is, man. You know, I've always been a firm believer in assistance of, you know, people of my, you know, minority and anyone that needs it and is worthy of the cause. You know, with Big Boy, man, he's accepted this. You know, I seen what he said. He said he was literally defending Wes Watson.
He was like, nah, doggy, you don't understand, doggy. He's allowed to do that, doggy. And because he has money, doggy. He drives a Bugatti, doggy. Come on, doggy. He didn't mean it like that. He meant it in a Tupac-ish way, doggy. He didn't mean it like in a fucking Ku Klux Klanish way. He meant it like in a fucking, you know what I mean?
No, he meant it exactly how he meant it. He did that. He said that to a black man, and that right there is considered tomfoolery, and it's considered no good, man. Period. However, which way you want to cut it, slice it, and dice it. I don't support that. Big Boy does, and that's why no one wants to fuck with you, because you're choosing to support Wes Watson in any of his endeavors and anything he does. I respect the fact that you're not speaking on the incident in the gym. You shouldn't. Smart. I agree. You don't want to see someone get caught up behind what you say. It's none of your business. But when the guy says the N-word, blatantly, straight up, in a vicious fashion, why are you saying, oh, it's just a word, doggy? It's just a word, doggy. He didn't really mean it, doggy. He was emotional, doggy. What would you do? Well, I wouldn't say the N-word. That's what I do first. First and foremost, I wouldn't do none of that. What I wouldn't do is be calling motherfuckers out and telling them to pull up and then jumping them. That's what I wouldn't do. Anyways, with that being said, man, I just wanted to put out there, I guess Big Boy is supporting Wes Watson through thick and thin. And just imagine what their room smells like. You know they share a room. Imagine what it smells like. God damn it, that motherfucker don't smell like crevice. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. This is the gun. Bang, bang.